Critics said President Obama made a terrible mistake when he traded 5 members of the Taliban for 1 American POW. And now that soldier has been charged with desertion in still another setback for the president's foreign policy in the Middle East. Wendy Griffith has that story from the CBN newsroom. Here's Wendy.
That's right, Pat. Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl is facing a court-martial for desertion and endangering U.S. forces, and it comes at a time when the president is trying to deal with a major foreign policy problem in the Middle East, a nuclear deal with Iran. Dale Hurd has the story.
The return of Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl was treated by the White House as the return of a hero. National Security Advisor Susan Rice.
The point is that he's back. He's going to be safely reunited with his family. He served the United States with honor and distinction.
We don't leave our men or women in uniform behind.
The president even invited Bergdahl's parents to the White House.
He wasn't forgotten by his community in Idaho or the military, which rallied to support the Bergdahls through thick and thin.
But the White House spin was falling flat immediately. Both Republicans and Democrats quickly criticized the president for trading 5 Taliban leaders for Bergdahl. Bergdahl had written letters to his father saying the title of U.S. soldier is just the lie of fools, and that he was ashamed to even be American. Fellow soldiers went public with their disgust.
He knew what he was doing when he deserted us.
And now, after a thorough investigation, charges of desertion with the intent to avoid hazardous duty, endangering his fellow soldiers, and misbehavior before the enemy.
Endangering the safety of a command, unit, or place carries a maximum potential penalty of confinement for life.
But this is only the latest problem for President Obama when it comes to the Middle East, radical Islam, and the war on terror. The president has been roundly criticized for calling ISIS the JV team when it proved to be a deadly threat. The U.S. has just launched fresh airstrikes against the Islamic State. Just a few months ago, the president called Yemen a success story in the war on terror. But now Yemen is in chaos. Its president has fled, and Saudi Arabia is attacking the rebels with air, land, and sea power. And Mr. Obama has been feuding with Israeli President Netanyahu and has been accused of working to prevent his re-election. Now that he wants a nuclear deal with Iran, the president doesn't have a good deal of trust on Capitol Hill. And the president could have a problem convincing the public, too. An NBC Wall Street Journal poll earlier this month found that 71% don't believe the talks with Iran will make a real difference in stopping it from building nuclear weapons. Dale Hurd, CBN News.